tell you the truth. When I got to know Bub, dude ended up being one of the realest, coolest dudes I ever met, man. I'm talking about I literally give you anything in this commissary box if you truly ask or you truly ain't got or I truly mess with you. You know what I mean? And he chased so much knowledge. You know what I mean? I looked at it like we were so different. But then when we really linked up, we became one. It was a brotherhood that we really built in jail. We started working out together. And before you know it, he put me on his knowledge. I put him on my knowledge. And we was a team, man. Build something. And I'm going to tell you some messed up stuff. When I got out, I ain't even really just holler at him. I tried to get in touch with him one time, and I couldn't get out. He never got back with me. But I looked at it then. He's like, nah, he didn't want to mess with me because he's like, man, you already been out all this time and you ain't tried to holler at me. But me still being on the outside looking in, I don't know what he really going through. But when I say, man, I learned so much from dude, like the motivation, the when it came to working out, he will push you to a different level. You know what I mean? And he bestow something inside you. You like, bruh, move like this, man. Move like this because your swag really ain't nobody get. What I'm trying to say is, and what I'm getting to, you can never judge a book by the cover. Because once you get to reading that book, it might be the best book you ever read. And that's the same thing goes with people. You might meet a person in a messed up place, in another messed up situation. You might think something about him, but then come to find out he one of the best people, or she one of the best people that you've ever met. So give people chances. Don't turn your back on the world. Don't turn your back on nobody else. Because in our reality, you never know what you're missing out on. You never know what opportunity you have let pass just because you looked at that person and you judged that person. Because what I saw with him, I saw a wild, arrogant, cocky, white dude that I knew had some street in him. But boy, when I tell you he lived that and he walked that. But he was loyal, man. I'm talking about a different kind of loyal. If you was wrong, he still gonna ride for you if you was home. That's the kind of loyalty that you do not find every day. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I've met a lot of these kind of people when I was locked up. I'm talking about, we think about the image of God and how God can be in all places and how God can show his face through anybody. And he does. If you're willing to open up your eyes and open up your ears and listen and watch for the Lord, he's going to speak to you and talk to you through different people. And I'm talking about these guys that's locked up right now because I know personally that they're not bad. Misunderstanding, sometimes substance, different things took them through the path that they went on or that they're walking on right now. And the same goes for me. But it ain't always got to be a bad situation or a bad spot that you're in. It's the way that you look at it, your mind frame and your mentality. We sit in that jail cell like brothers, trained, studied different books. What I studied, I put him on. What he studied, he put me on. Doing the Tyson push-ups, squatting, you know what I'm saying, pull-ups. For real, man, burpees. But not just that, we would not give up. If we set our mind to do this many sets and this many reps, we would not stop until we got what we was trying to get in the first place. What we said we gonna get. Motivation, it comes from different places. And you can even find it in a place like that. It rhymes with hell for a reason. So, next time you see a brother or a sister in a situation like that, and if you've never been in that situation, don't all the way judge that person unless he has some real messed up charges. You know? Because sometimes things happen. In life, you get put in situations sometimes where you might do this. A person told me a long time ago, you never know how real you are until you get put in that situation. Everybody always say they wouldn't do this or they wouldn't do that, but you never know until you get put in that situation. And once you are tried with that fire, in that furnace, you come out a different person, a different being. So I pray for these guys each and every day. And I want the world to know that a light was literally in Robertson County detention center, facility. And not just one. There was a lot of lights. A lot of guys I met in there that I heard reputations about before I touched down in Robertson County. But then when I got to know them, I was lying about you. They didn't know you. And much love to anybody going through that right now. And anybody who's got out of that situation and they have better themselves or better than anybody else. Much love. Because we are one. Regardless how you want to look at it, regardless what you feel, we are one. We are a body. Especially if you believe in what I believe in. If you believe in the Christ, we are one body. With him being the head. And when you think about Christ, he wasn't what you see in the pulpit a lot of times. Nah. Think about his disciples. Regular dudes. They wasn't nothing special until they got with him. And he turned them to fishers of man. So therefore, stop judging a person by sight. You don't know him. You don't know them. You might get to know them and they might be totally different than what you thought. You think about the time with Christ, when he was recruiting Levi, Matthew. Y'all remember when he went to the feast, when he went to the supper, and somehow the other religious leaders got in there. Why you at the party? But anyway, we get back to that. They talking to the disciples, talking about why is your master mingling with prostitutes, thugs, sinners? And Jesus said, when you sick, you need what? Like a riddle he gave to him. Then he said, I'm not even going to suffer y'all to even have to think about it. When you sick, you need a physician. When you sick, you need a doctor. I didn't come to call the righteous. I came to call sinners to repentance. So if you already perfect, you don't need me. You see so many people that walk around like they know this and know that. And like they already everything. But then they claim like they pray to God. If you so perfect, you don't need them. Don't judge a book by the cover. Because you never know what you're going to miss out on if you leave it on the shelf.